Bismillah, wassalatu wassalam ala rasulillah amma ba'du. This is a small reminder regarding fasting. Allah Ta'ala says in the Quran, Ya ayyuhalladhina aminu kutiba alaykum as-siyam kama kutiba ala alladhina min qablikum la'allakum tattaqun. Surah Al-Baqarah, ayah 183. In the meaning of this ayah is Allah Ta'ala says, O you believe, fasting has been prescribed upon you, just as it was prescribed upon those before you, so that you may attain a taqwa. And now, at the mention of the ayah, we will look into the TAFSIR of Imam SUYOOTEE regarding this ayah. When Allah Ta'ala says, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu kutiba alaykum as-siyam, that Allah Ta'ala is talking about letting us know that it's obligatory upon us to fast. That is obligatory upon us to fast. Then Allah Ta'ala says, Kama kutiba ala alladhina min qablikum. And Allah Ta'ala mentions here that is also obligatory upon the nations that came before us. And it also was obligatory upon the nation that came before us. And then when Allah Ta'ala says, لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ, Imam Suyuti said that taqwa is that which destroys desires and sins. That which destroys desires and sins. And this is from the origin of a taqwa. This is the origin. This is what taqwa does. Taqwa destroys sins and desires. It destroys sins and desires. And this is the origin of a taqwa. And now we will look into the tafsir of Abdurrahman ibn Nasir al-Sa'di regarding this ayah. And I summarized it, the tafsir Sa'di, due to time. I broke down certain points which was beneficial and left some behind for listeners to go back and read the whole tafsir of Abdurrahman ibn Nasir al-Sa'di regarding this ayah. When Allah Ta'ala says, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu kutiba alaykum as-siyam kama kutiba ala alladhina min qablikum, Abdurrahman ibn Nasir al-Sa'di said that Allah Ta'ala is informing us that it is obligatory upon His worshippers to fast, as it was also obligatory upon the nation before us to fast, because this is from the legislation and the orders which is beneficial for the creation in all times. So Abdurrahman ibn Nasir al-Sa'di is saying in Tafsir this ayah that Allah, first of all, in the beginning of the ayah, He gives us an obligation to fast, letting us know that it's obligatory upon us to fast. And then going on in the ayah, He said that this is also obligatory upon the nations that came before you, to let us know that this fasting is not just for us. This fasting was for those before us, and that this is. And then the laws of. And then Abdurrahman ibn Nasir al-Sa'di said that this is from the legislation, because this is from the legislation. This is from the legislation and the orders that is obligatory, that is beneficial for the servant, for the creation in all times. That Allah is informing us that in all times, fasting is a benefit. Fasting is a benefit in all times. Fasting is a benefit in all times. Fasting was not just beneficial for the Ummah of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Fasting was beneficial for all the Ummah, for all the nations that came before us. That's why He said, Kama kutiba ala alladhina min qablikum. Just as it was obligatory for those before you, meaning the nations before us. It was also obligatory upon them, and it was also from the legislation, and it was also beneficial for all creation in all times. When Allah Ta'ala says, لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ, لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ, Shaykh Abdurrahman ibn Nasir al-Sa'di said that fasting is from the greatest reasons for a taqwa. Fasting is from the greatest reasons from a taqwa. Then he said, because in it is the obedience to the command of Allah Ta'ala. Because obedience from the command of Allah Ta'ala, and staying away from His prohibitions. To stay and to remove and to stay away from His prohibitions. And as I said before, I started explaining Abdurrahman ibn Nasir al-Sa'di's tafsir, that this is not the whole tafsir of the ayah. The Shaykh went into deeper detail about the ayah other than this, but due to time, I did not bring the whole tafsir. because I wanted to bring a basic outlook regarding fasting and going about this particular ayat of the Quran. And this is all I wanted to present today. Anything that I said that was incorrect, it was from myself and the shaitan, and anything that I said correct, all praises due to Allah. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdik, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.